Hotep Kings and Queens. So I'm finally sitting down to do this video. I'm going to separate the videos into different sections and themes. So this one will be about a very condensed version of my labor and delivery story. If you want any more detail, just comment below. The next video will be an introduction of baby Amor, but she's sleeping right now. So we'll see how that goes. First of all, if you don't know, my first and only child that I've from my body, Amor Luz, was born in the Dominican Republic on August 3rd. She was 8 pounds and was born around 7:30 p.m. And the story is really dramatic, so I'm going to try to keep it condensed. And again, if you want like an elongated version, just let me know. I'll just try to hit the main point. So I was over in DR this time around for 3 months. Usually I come back and forth between the States and DR. So, but this was a longer stint of time, and I was nervous. One, it's my first baby in general, and two, to have your first child in a country that's not your own, a language that is not even my second language. I'm learning it, but there's still a lot more to learn. So, but it was really important for me and my husband, Waldy, that he be there, a part of her first days and memories. So, sacrifice, I guess. And so we had been going to see this one doctor, and he was cool. DR, things are very different. Everything is more difficult, takes longer, very old school. I'm just going to put this up on her. And she can breathe, don't trip. And, back and forth from the doctor's office, I would have to carve out like 3 hours because they don't do like the doctor we went to, the private clinic. Because the regular hospital is the free one, but it's reflective of such. So it wasn't what I was doing. So the private clinic, you would have to go there when they first open a little bit before and choose a number. The doctor can come at 8 or he can come at 9, and then you have to wait for him to see you. So I hated going there, and I just wanted her to come, right? Long story short, she wasn't coming naturally despite everything that I tried. We tried breast pumping, we tried sex, we tried walking. Amor was not coming out. So I went there. Me and the doctor made an agreement. I'm just eating, y'all. I'm hungry. Made an agreement that, actually I'm not because it's going to be too dramatic, that I would wait another week and then another week. So I came in at 41 weeks and I had no contractions. I was walking every day, 2.5 miles. So finally I came in on the induction date and he said, okay, check my cervix, still closed and still high. And then he's like, let's do a sonogram. Dramatic. And let me just make this disclaimer. If I would have been in the United States, Amor would have come vaginally and naturally, which was my birth plan, to have her vaginally with no epidural. But he goes, oh, her stomach is measuring bigger than her head, essentially is what he says. I don't want any complications. In a different country, they try to push for C-sections because it's more expensive and it's easier. They don't have to pay staff to wait around as you go into labor. So it's a little different than in the States. And so I was very, just sad until I realized I can be sad, or I can realize that this is my doctor for right now. I don't really have time or even the knowledge to find a different one at this point. We're going to be having this baby here via C-section. So I can pout or I can get into the state of being positive. And so I did that. I was positive. Checked me in. We went to labor around 7. Took like 30, 45 minutes for him. I fell asleep during that after the epidural because my body, I never really take medicine. So upon the epidural, I just started getting so tired. And I remember thinking, I'm about to go to sleep. And I did. And I woke up and I was in the room again. And there was Amor. And I was so tired. I was like, Waldy, hold me down, baby. Because I wanted to put her on the breast right away. Didn't happen, which led to why I'm no longer currently breastfeeding. I'll make a separate video about that, but I did want to start off doing that. So he took care of her for the first, 6-7 hours, and I finally woke up, got 2, and we started walking the next morning, and it felt like a gun wound stretched across the top of my vagina. And they had not given me pain medicine when they asked me to stand up. And I'm like, girl, I went off, and I'm like, why would you not? So starting there, they started giving me a regimen. I think it was like every 2 hours of pain medicine, which helped to take the edge off. It still hurt, but it helped a little bit. And so I was there for 2.5 days. right after that, we ended up doing a series of travels, which I'll make separate, like I said, videos because it's like a freaking movie. But we ended up having to travel to Santo Domingo twice to get her passport, which we successfully got in time for the flight, thank God. But that was my labor and deliver story. Waldy was a trooper. He was just so enamored with his first baby girl. And I mean, I feel like everything that I did not want happens, but the end result was my amazing seed. And so that is worth it all. So that was a little bit about my labor and deliver story. If you all want all the crazy mini stories that happened in between, comment below. That's a separate video. But I love you. We wish you love and light.